Okay, let me check the system if it is just a minute. I'll try to check if it is online or not. Okay. Okay, we are live now. I be sorry the software get problems, so I need to always do this and to change the status to public. Okay, we are live now. So everything is set. Fellow people them for ground zero and people for abroad, wanna be welcome. My name na Capo Daniel. I get the deputy defense chief for the Savannah State. So today I don't come for report for give una situation report for what will happen for ground zero for the Savannah State, for the great state of Momo. And we'll go start with our national anthem and then I go move straight for tell una which way he day. We'll not go overtake time. I think it go day like about 5 minutes. I understand say Mr. Tapang Aibo also day online right now. So we'll go be very brief and we'll go leave behind a record where people that if we come back later they can check them. So make we go directly for what we will give for presenter today for now.
Amazonia, nation loyalty. Present to our Savior who granted us the freedom. And legend to the hero who found the land we gather. Glory to glory, we rising never to fall. Hearing a nation, growing with earth and holy. Glory, glory. Glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of his nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of his nation.
Okay, that is it. So fellow Amazonians, fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow citizens of South of Amazonia, I salute una today. I call una cafe for all Amazonian Defense Forces at Ground Zero, all our sister forces, all of our brotherly forces and those forces pro-independent forces at Ground Zero. Una flag ide for all. I call una cafe at talat for all una. Today I bring una greetings from the chairman of the Amazonia Defense Forces. And I salute una all across our national territory, including the Atlantic State and the Savannah States, all the 7 states of the Savannah State as thrown a salute for all our brigades across the 7 states in the Savannah region accord una cafe. And today I want to come for talk for una and also for talk for our general public about a situation we done develop for Ground Zero in the state of Momo, specifically for around Kugwe, but it actually happened inside Fumbeng, but because now the troops and where they under my jurisdiction for the Savannah State, na way I go take the lead for inform una for which way it happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, I go one first start for tell una about the good news them, the things the way our forces they run the do these few weeks, and for encourage una before they bring una way to way this situation where bring me for here for talk for una today. So, would one first stand for salute our general them for the Bui Brigade for salute them for the great job we they run do this week. 2 days ago, actually a day ago, because I did for Hong Kong the time they go fast. 2 days ago for inside the great state of Bui, the La République du Cameroon, their occupation forces where they be stationed for Tatum, then come out for night, 20 of them, then go under the cover of night, then go sleep for Ma. They want try for attack our camp, for position themselves for go attack our camp. Will be the monitor them from the time they come out from their camp from Tatum into Ma, and on their retreat where their mission be failed, they be say they not be fit continue their mission. Our troops then launch a counter attack for them, killing 3 on the spot. So congratulate them for that great victory. We then also continue our intended and our announced attacks, sporadic attacks around Bamenda. We will continue for use that policy for cripple and make sure so we stress the enemy within our capital city for the Savannah State to its limit. We will still continue for gather more intelligence. We want to salute those our boys and where they for inside the Cameroon military where they ran give we videos for their camps them and for their police stations and their gendarme stations them for provide we intelligence. I want also thank all of our citizens the way they ran begin take with those pictures the way they ask them, they send them and they encourage more and more of our citizens them for give we more intelligence. If you know places like Republic du Cameroon them, the troops that they can't chop, the places they stay, places they go visit them often, even when they dress inside civilian clothes them, take their picture, describe their location, send them for me for my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number now is for corner here. Any man if we reach me directly. So we want to congratulate them. We also want to congratulate the brigade, the Bengui Brigade, will be led by one of our forces. They no go want to give out their name. They can get a joint forces. They attack La République du Cameroon, their convoy from Bengui Road. The convoy then damage one of the vehicle for the La République du Cameroon. They try for repair the vehicle. Will launch a second attack. 3 vehicles will be completely damaged. Then will be tore away from there. We want to congratulate our forces the way they be take part for that attack for stop La République du Cameroon their continuous incursion for inside our villages them for go terrorize our people, burn down villages, rape our women, kill our innocent civilians. So we'll be very, very happy, and they would want to support the massive campaign for financial campaign. I'm not gonna lie, when our forces them for Bamenda they need a lot of granite, more and more, so we'll not go wait me granite finish before we start ask them. But we want call on people then for up their support and for continue for fund the resistance in ground zero. So I go take una now go and for wait to we bring me today for can talk for now. Now the incident where it happened for inside Kugwe, where they make headlines for social media and for many places. Actually, the incident no be come out, it no actually happen for inside Kugwe. The way to it happened for inside Fumbeng. It happened for inside Fumbeng. So way to way happen, I go explain for now exactly way to way happen. Way to way happen, I say the beginning for inside Fumbeng, inside Kugwe. Some group of youths then they for inside Kugwe, where their mind they don't be poisoned, primarily by the people then for Batibo, for then they for the diaspora, where then they with Samuel Sako Ikatel, they don't contact some group of youths for inside Kugwe for try to mobilize them, make them fight against the Ambazonian Defense Forces them. We ran there for inside Kugwe for over 3 years. We ran enjoy the hospitality and the goodness for the Kugwe people them. Every time we then go for farm, they give our forces them for the best chop. They ran keep we find most of our fighters them, as a matter of fact, for inside Kugwe they na picking the way then come up for that Kugwe. It be very, very sad for see what way it happen for day. When General Efang he be come up for a mission for go for inside Bui, if we go along with picking them for kugwe. 8 of our soldiers them from kugwe them be missing in that mission where they be captured, where they be captured them by the Chacha, General Chacha, for the Bui warriors. So most of our forces them for that area and are picking them for kugwe. We are the children of kugwe. General Mba Ivo, a legacy commander for kugwe. So kugwe will always be a strong place for we for stand up for day. We'll continue for stand up for day, for stand up together with the fund for kugwe, and all the picking them for kugwe will stand together. Them all the farmer them with the good trader for sell chop na big market. After the market for Gozang, the next big market for that area na the market for kugwe. Na border between the Atlantic state and the Savannah state, so na a very strategic area. So be very very happy for the picking them for kugwe. I go bring on details, including some pictures, and what I go show them for una. I don't know whether I will wait for declassification for some other one, them, but up to now they nobody declassify some other picture them, but I go show now the one the way I feel show them. So, ladies and gentlemen, this incident occur where they be that instigate this picking them for inside kugwe, me them call la Republic du Cameroon, me them destabilize kugwe so that the Cameroon army, where then they not far from kugwe, me then come attack kugwe. The first time then try for destabilize them, then go for palace, then gather some few people there for palace, call la Republic du Cameroon their military, then come for inside kugwe. If they not succeed, then go back. The Batibo cartel would get this intelligence from one of the boy. Unfortunately, the boy is dead. We will be among those boys. The Batibo cartels then give them money. Say me then come up for kugwe, me then go meet up General Diamond. If you know General Diamond very well, now the same General Diamond way we talk say they don't go for India, they don't go for India for go take medicine for can destroy Ambazonian Defense Forces. They wanna feel imagine. Now the same person way the Sako and Chris Anu, their cartel, be hire ye for sending me go assist for Santa for kill General Cross. Now the same General Diamond we become attack our camp for Anyeraba, for they destroy some ADF camp, for they start open up the exportation of cocoa. The last time we some was soldier the way they did for inside Nyeraba, then go launch attack against La République du Cameroon, their gendarme post. Then come for they kill one of those soldiers, them say why they attack La République du Cameroon. Now time for Ambazonia people to understand. Say Sako and Chris Ano, they use them for influence our troops, for destroy our struggle for Ground Zero. They then open a mafia where they facilitate the exploitation of cocoa and many other cash crop for inside Ambazonia. They make huge sums of money for those trades them. Now why that way you see those their troops them, they stop our forces them for operate for strategic places for around Ambazonia day, especially for the Atlantic state. So we don't notice those movements and people it be visible for everybody the eye. We will see the same issue where Godfather be the try to stop the production of rubber for inside CDC. The same people still assassinate. So now the same thing that way it happen. Those 10 troops them for inside Kugwe, they be pay the money me then go take Odeshi for some small village for inside Wabane, for corner Wabane, no be actually for inside Wabane, Sabis, then go for there, then go meet up General Diamond. He give them Odeshi, give them ammunition, me then take and can attack our forces them. Then decide to choose a weak place, one of our weak outposts where some of our forces that be did for inside Fumbeng. Then launch attack for day, and in that crossfire when now the first open fire, you now imagine the first open fire. During the process of that open fire, our forces then killed 3 of them on the spot. Three of them run away. One later on run. They be catch one. The last left the one he run because the other one they will be badly wounded and they be bleed. One of them just died today, where they be shooting for a foot. He be bleed very very badly. The one to die he don't die. So basically all of the troops the way they be there for they don't die now, except the 4 where they be run. Our forces them then struggle for follow them. General Diamond to he run like a coward. He run away, leave the soldiers away. He be bring them for day. These are the weapons the way our soldier then recover them from them. Now the weapons and this way our soldier then recover them from them. I go put them for you. The weapon they be given to them by General Diamond. The one where they be shooting for a food, at least they don't try for helpy. We don't struggle for scramble a doctor made and treat it properly, but unfortunately it died from the wound, from the bleeding from a wound them, and it already be buried in honor by our forces. After they don't talk for those boys the way they be the struggle for treat them. I think 4 of them they be try for treat 4 of them. During the treatment, those boys them they don't give us a lot of information. At the way me they declassify them, I go surely release them for our population. The main motivation, the main thing where they poison our boys for ground zero, for inside Kugwe and across Amazonia. Now the issue concerning government. And it be sad, it just be sad, say these boys them die because the Batibo cartel them can't lie for them, say them be na government. So na government side go take Amazonia, give we independence, so me they can't stand up for government side. The whole ideology about government is being used by Sako and Chris Ano to poison the mind of our boys in ground zero, weaponizing them against our own revolution to destroy this revolution. This is a sad truth. And I want people to understand. I think Mark Barata have come out there to apologize to Amazonian people that the whole concept of a government was ill-conceived. The government do not meet the requirement to be a legitimate government that can be recognized by any country. The intention of the interim government was never to create a government, a contemporary government like a government of a country. But we see again and again how the effect of this issue concerning government they be used to poison the mind of the boys in ground zero, manipulate them, weaponize them to fight against our own people, manipulate them, use them to impose a system of taxation that only leads to the proliferation of kidnapping for ransom around our territory. We really want call awareness for our people then, because I see the commander they cry. The commander, one of the commander we did for ground zero, na boy for Kugwe, the boy we then kill and we last die for a hand a cousin. Those picking them Kugwe picking them, they die for Kugwe picking their hand. I talk for you, we'll get meeting with the generals, we also call General if and we know even there for the area, despite the fact say these collaborators the work spread message General if and be there for day it be happen for Kugwe, because their intention now for help la Republic du Cameroon attack Kugwe for displace us from our base for Kugwe. That is their intention. We don't get meeting. General Efang, we don't talk for me personally, talk for the phone of Kugwe. He don't call the phone of Kugwe. And the phone of Kugwe, unfortunately, he talk to say they don't dethrone. They use them for that use them where they don't manipulate them with this idea of a government. They be done wholly basically as a hostage. And the Batibo cartel for the diaspora. They also they intimidate the phone. So the phone talks saying that they use them be in control, you know, get power. We try to empower the phone, may take control because now our policy. We also want to use this opportunity for appeal for the Kugwe community, for the diaspora to call their phone and remind the phone of who he is. Encourage him and let him communicate very well with our forces and let them stabilize Kugwe the way we done it for these past 3 years. We want peace for Kugwe. We want to protect the people as we protect them for Kugwe. We want also say me their elite them where they for the diaspora. Me they educate their picking them. Say this ideology about a government where they use them for poison their picking their head. Say the ADF we don't stay with them for all this year. Somehow no be government. Now the government they for this side with all those type of thing where they use them for poison their brain. All those things them need for stop. So they appeal for them. I'll play a video from General Popo, when the second in command for ground zero for all the Amazonian Defense Forces. He done visit, he be actually there for that area for a visit before this incident happened. He done send out a message. I would like to play the message as well. For all man make una hear the message from the general. This is a message from General Popo.
Greetings, sir. You know, it is so unfortunate that youths whom we have lived with Kugwe for all this while have been manipulated by members of the cartels.
I think the volume is too low. I'll play it from my phone.
Greetings, sir. It is so unfortunate that the youths whom we have lived with in Kugwe for all this while have been manipulated by members of the cartels in Batigo to try in a bid to rally themselves to rise against our forces within the Batigo Brigade. Something which is so devastating. And in a bid by the Supreme Commander to contact the Chief of Kugwe, he made an open statement that he has lost power to the youths who are being manipulated by some diasporans. So I want to think it wise that it will be great if the Kugwe youths in the diaspora or the Kugwe diasporans can try as much as possible to strengthen their fund and give him more powers like we have been trying to do. It will go a long way to help, and also to help in this revolution, and also to bring about progress and the development of the community.
So that is the message from General Popo, encouraging the children of Kugwe to encourage the fun. We are there for peace. We are there for self-defense. We are there to liberate our country. We are there to assist the community. We are the children of Kugwe. We are not there to fight them. We encourage the fun of Kugwe. We empower him not to be afraid. We are there for him to collaborate with our forces and to talk to the youth, to be bold to talk to the youth. We understand that some few of them have been manipulated, and it'd be very, very sad. It'd be very, very sad to see those children around die. And would you want any force for ground zero? Would you want anybody for ground zero where them feel, say, our kindness now they take them for granted? For understand, say our forces then get the right for use lethal force in self-defense. Any force for ground zero where it dare for confront or attack our forces shall be met with a higher force. We have the biggest force in ground zero. There is no place in ground zero we cannot reach. We have, I cannot give you the exact number of our forces because it is classified. We have a huge force in ground zero. We are not engaged. We are not focused on winning battles. We are preparing for the big push. A semi-like face-to-face war with La République du Cameroon. That is what we are preparing for. Don't see our force. We have so many force. People will ask why are we having so many force. We prepare for a face-to-face war with La République du Cameroon. We are not just preparing for every day, small battle here, small battle there. No, we are preparing for something big. We will need a final push. We will need to be able to control the entire states of Ambazonia. That is why we arm ourselves the way we arm ourselves. That is why we posture ourselves the way we posture ourselves. We are taking the revolution face by face. So we call all Ambazonian forces. We call on all the youths, all the young boys and girls in Ambazonia that have risen up to answer the call of our generation to fight and defend our homeland, not to give in, not to allow themselves to be manipulated, not to allow their minds to be poisoned by this idea of a government, by this idea of a self-made government that does not meet any legal requirement of a contemporary government. And we are calling on the interim government, which is we are talking about the legitimate interim government of Seseko Ayuk Tabi, to go ahead, to be bold, to transition themselves as they have announced publicly, and not to allow these impostors to continue to use this idea of a government to poison the mind of our youth, to destabilize the whole entire machinery and structure that we have worked so hard to build in Ground Zero for the defense and liberation of our homeland. Everybody can raise his own force. All Ambazonian children, they have the right to raise their own forces. But this idea, as we have seen today in Fumbeng, almost how many of these guys have died? 6 of them died. Six young men. They leave their house, then come up for their house with the belief, say they don't go join our government. That is the only reason they left. They poison their mind, they deceive them that they don't join government. From all Ambazonian side, we see the same thing for Bui. Then they under the illusion, say they for government side because na government, so na the right thing that for do am. That idea is poisonous. The idea of a government is poisonous. Equally like the idea of a president. I was a delegate in Zaria. The interim government did not make any president. Quote me anywhere. Go and bring any text. I participated. I actually initiated the voting by acclamation in Zaria. We never made Seseko the president. We make him the interim president. Seseko remains the figurehead as a leader of our revolution, not the president. Anybody calling him or want to project him as a president, in particularly the activists who have apologized of promoting this poisonous idea of a government. They are not doing so because of the government. They are not doing so because of Seseko. They are doing so because of themselves. Anybody, all those cabal. Hello, are you there live on for my show now?
No, I beg. It has to go live in 2 minutes.
Okay. So I'll be closing now. I think the Commander-in-Chief will be live in 2 minutes, so I'll have to round up and go. But I'll just close up by saying the whole idea of a government is poisoning the mind of the youth of Ambazonia, misleading them to turn against legitimate forces and killing each other. That is the main cause. Today, I just cried. I cried today looking at that young man, talking to them, and they are trying to, this guy is struggling to save the life of his cousin. And he could not. And they asked those guys, what did they tell na who the fool na? They say, no, them being a government, will not be na the government, they be fise will be na government. Now they don't hear say na government, na who, na Sako they be government, this one a government. That is the primary things, that is a primary weapon being used. That is the primary poison being used. So let people stop this thing, for goodness sake. If they like us, let them stop it. It's not useful. It's not useful. It's not useful. It's counterproductive. So that is what I wanted to present to you. We have big projects, big operation to continue to carry. We will be bringing more of our ammunition inside Bamenda. And I encourage you for donate, for assist, and for give we the money we will need them for support our forces and for get them the equipment the way they need them for defend themselves. And I would pray for everybody. Would also pray for Seseko and all of our leaders the way they for prison. May God strengthen them. Would they for asset for them, for fight for them, for liberate them, and for liberate all Ambazonians them. All of us, one for all for one. Our ideological differences, our ideological projection should always consider and put into consideration the intended and unintended consequences. And we should never be ashamed. We should never feel the need not to make the changes that are required when we see the unintended consequences on the field of these policies. So God bless you. May our revolution be short. May our independence be forevermore in a democratic and independent Ambazonia. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.